Hi, my name is Cassie and this is Dose of DIY. If you're like, what the hell is Dose of DIY? It is my awesome YouTube channel. I am currently on the works of trying to figure out how to do some like new built-in cabinet, so stay tuned. And if you aren't subscribed, just subscribe. Help a girl out. Do you subscribe yet? Anyways, I am going to walk you through different ways to organize your cords, wires in your office, or if you want to organize the cords behind your TV, I'm going to walk you through some of the tips and tricks that I've learned because I personally don't like seeing them. But first, before I get started, there's this thing on YouTube now that is like the community tab. And so I can try to post things. I'm still learning how to use it. I don't really know. So feel free to tell me how you want me to use it and I will, as long as it's appropriate. If you're gonna tell me to like put nudes on there, I don't know you like that. Anyways, I went to it one day and it said to put a picture and ask for a caption. So I put this super cute picture of my cat. I said that whoever had the best caption, I would give them a shout out in my next video. So true to my word. I couldn't pick between two of them, so I'm gonna give out 2 shout outs. So the first shout out is to Warren Bowles for saying, "Let's pause for a moment, shall we?" Also, another shout out to Brianna Holt for shh, less talking, more napping. And if you think these captions are lame, I don't want to hear it. Then you should have put your own caption. Exactly, that's what I thought. Anyways, let's dive into how to organize cords. We have so many electronics that we need a way to organize all these cords. They're everywhere. This is all about how to make sure you take over, you have control over your cords. First, I'm going to go into some of the basic ways that I organize cords. There's a bunch of different like tips and tricks that I have found that I like to use. And then I'm gonna go into what about when you are trying to hide the cords for your TV. First, we are going into general cord management. So this is my cord organization goodie box. One of the most like basic things that I use, these velcro strips, and that helps keep things organized if you're gonna like store it away, or if like there's a lot of extra cord that you don't need. There are these like sleeve like things that you could use as well. So if you put your cord in it, then you can zip it up and it'll hide all the cords. Like if it's multiple cords that you need to put together, you can hide it in the sleeve and put it together. Then there are these sort of cord organizers. So this is nice for like a lot of like cooking appliances if they don't have something built in to help you like store all the cords. Then there are these. So these are things that you would stick on a table or a wall or something like that, and it'll make sure that your cord won't slip and it'll stay in place, right? So if I have this on my desk, then I could just make sure I put it in these little notches and then it'll hold that cord there for me. They also have ones that are good for holding multiple cords. Another nice thing that I have found, let's say you have like a power cord like this and you just have like a bunch of things coming off of it and it doesn't look cute. They actually sell a lot of boxes in different sizes. Say for a media area or somewhere like an office where you have a lot of cords, you can put your power cord in there and then you can have a bunch of things that are coming out of here. You can have a nice organized look like this that will hide it for you. So that is how I organize my office. But if we were to think about how to organize the cords behind a TV, there are a lot of different ways to do it. First, you can try behind the wall wiring. I was able to do behind the wall wiring in my bedroom. I had never done it before, I had no experience doing it. So the biggest thing for me was just making sure that I had a certified kit. So one that I knew that wasn't gonna be breaking any electric codes in my area. So you can call an electrician if you have questions or need help or anything like that. If you are renting and you don't wanna do behind the wall wiring, then there are a lot of other options. Like if you wanted to do one of those wire covers. So for example, this is like a wire cover and it's not like perfect, it's not gonna be completely hidden, but you won't see the wire and you can paint these to match your wall or whatever so that it doesn't look like there's any wire. It looks cleaner than if there was just wires dangling. So that is a nice rental friendly option. What was I saying? Another option in my family room for the longest time, what I did is I actually have these like stick looking things from Hobby Lobby that I got a long time ago. And because my cords were black, these stick things were black, I just had it kind of like hiding it. Another thing would be when I did my rock accent wall. If you haven't seen my awesome cave looking rock wall, then you should look for this thingy up in this corner. I promise it is so cool. It's like really clever. Not to like toot my own horn. Anyways, I didn't know what to do like with my cable box. So when I decided I want my media console and I had that moved and then somebody wanted to watch TV and I was like, oh, okay, hold on. And I just like connected my cable box and then it was just like sitting on the ground. And I was like, I'm not gonna be okay with that. So then I had to figure out, okay, how can I have my cable box here without any sort of media console down here? Like where would I store my cable box? And so because of that, I decided to use this IR extender and this wall mount to mount the cable box behind my TV. So I have it mounted in this Velcro straps. And what I had to do is just make sure that the Velcro straps were long enough to then be able to like mount my cable box. But the Velcro strip that came with it, they happen to be the perfect size that fit in these slits that I already had on my TV mount. So I just put them in there and I connected my cable box to that. Then I used an IR repeater or an IR extender. And what it does is it makes it so that when you have a cable box, it has like an IR sensor your remote talks to. If you're gonna hide your cable box then behind your TV, you need another way to like get that remote to be able to talk to that cable box. So what I did is I found an IR repeater or extender. They have different kinds. So you can do, for example, wireless or wired. But that one was like $50 more and I'm like a little cheap sometimes. So I decided to go for the wired one. I am by no means an expert in IR extenders, so if you go in the description below, I will link the article I read to figure out which one I wanted to buy. But this is the one I ended up getting. It was like the number 2 one recommended. So what it does, it has this IR transceiver. It's basically this box here, the thing that's basically translating the signal. That connected the IR emitter. You're gonna take off these sticky things and attach it to your cable box or whatever you're trying to get the IR signal to. And you're gonna try to put it over that IR sensor. And I have like an Xfinity cable box. Depending on the cable box that you have, the IR sensor can be in different places and it's not completely obvious where it is. So again, if you look in the description, I linked an article that I used to help me figure out where my IR sensor was. Then there's this larger one that's called the IR receiver. This is something that needs to be in the line of sight of your remote control, because this is the thing that's gonna receive the signal from your remote control. When I was deciding where to place this, I actually put it on top of my TV because I didn't wanna see like the wire hanging down beneath it. So that's why I put it at like the very top corner. But you can put it wherever you want. So that is another way that you can then hide any cords or wires behind it. But that is how I organize my cords. If you have any suggestions or questions or things that you use to organize your cords that you think other people would find helpful, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And for all the subscribers, when you guys leave those awesome comments telling me how much you love the content, it makes my day and it makes me so happy. You guys are the best.